Suppose I should go live then. Welcome to Peak Forest Railway. I can finally show it to you. Just a quick note, I am in the pre-release version. Usual disclaimer. Anyway, Peak Forest. Step back in time, discover a long-lost railway. From old-time stations to heavy limestone operations, retread the rails through historical English countryside in the hard-working Fowler 4F. And, of course, my wife behind me is making as much noise as she possibly can. The quaint and waning years of 1960 steam is brought back to life in Train Sim World Peak Forest Railway. Cool. That's very good, Patriot 61. Peak Forest, I choose you. Excellent. Pikachu is a steam engine. There's a good plan. Hello, that train guy, Patriot 61. Florian, V for Vitty. Mitch and Mark and whoever else is watching, and Dave. Hello, Dave. I missed you there in the chat. Sorry. Let's get into this thing, I guess. Now, we're going to have two starts to this because at 10:10 UTC, DTG is going to start a countdown timer. So if you see that starting, it's only going to redirect here, so don't run away. And at 10:20, that'll redirect into this stream. I don't know how many people will come with it. We'll see. Sometimes it works well, sometimes it doesn't. We'll see. Anyway, there are 116 services in this thing, I think. Something like that. So let's have a look at the scenarios. First up, Chinley Gala, which is, this one's cool. We're going to play some of this. I don't think we'll play all of it because I don't want to spoil it for you, but we'll play some of it. This one's cool because you get to actually follow the directions from the people. I am transmitting, aren't I? I am. Oh, it's a bit loud too. Hang on, let me move this. Sorry, that was a bit loud. Anyway, what was I up to? Oh yeah, all mixed up. This is a fantastic scenario. This is one that myself and Duncan put a lot of feedback into and basically got it rebuilt. And it's now a local, almost stopping everywhere, goods service. Excellent. Breaking the bank. This is a good way to learn how to do the banking. So if you're not familiar with what you want to do with banking, I've got a tutorial going live in about 6 minutes. Or you can play this scenario, either way. Peak Shunting. This is just down at Tunstead Quarry. It's lots and lots of shunting. I like it with the Fowler 4F. And I only got a silver medal because I was naughty. Deep Freeze I haven't played yet because I'm saving it for a rainy, snowy day. And Royal Appointment, which is a coronation special, you might say. So hopefully everybody is doing well. Let's have a quick look at the services. We do get 3 trains with this route. 2 of them we've had before, the 8F and the Jubilee. You do not need Spirit of Steam to get these locos. This is not a layer. They are just here. They are part of the route. And there is the new one, the Fowler 4F. So there's 31 services for the 4F, but that's not quite true because every 8S service that's banking is also a Fowler service. Conundrum. 48 services for the 8F and 29 for the Jubilee. And you'll see a whole lot more AI stuff as we go as well. So I thought what we might do to start is let's go and have a look at a bit of Chinley Gala. Like I said, I'm not going to play all of it because I don't want to spoil it for you. But let's just jump into it. What do you get with this thing? There's a 38-mile route, I believe. And you get the Mark 1 FK, TSO, BSO and BG coaches in maroon and blood and custard. We're riding one of them now. We're riding this train here. It's taking us to the gala. Isn't that cool? It's set in the early 1960s, so you'll see the transition from the very demure, like this one, to the more out there, like that one down there. And it's quite a change in the men's fashion as well. So you'll go from the suit and tie, or maybe the sports jacket type setup, to a much more casual sweater and shirt arrangement. You do see the occasional t-shirt and the likes in here as well, starting to come in. And the ladies often have quite colourful outfits on. So you'll get to see that shortly. What else have we got? 38 route miles from Ambergate to Chinley, plus Go-Hole, and Buxton to Chinley on the branch line. Banking is introduced for the first time in this route. Mitch is looking forward to the 4F. Well, we'll see one in a moment. Patriotal 61, yes, I'm sad to say the safety valve on the 4F is still louder than the others, and it still goes off like a bit of a banshee, which is kind of sad. I wish it wasn't so. Is there a door in the middle? There is a door in the middle. I can get out here. Cool. Now, as we wander around this station, you will find people that want to talk to us. So I can see one's 26 yards over there. Looks like this way. Ooh, there's our first collectible. Let's neaten up this pile. We can't neaten up this pile. It's one of the piles you can't neaten up. Oh well, I was going to show you that as a collectible. Never mind. This bloke apparently is the station master. Welcome to Chinley Open Day. You must be the volunteer I've heard about helping us for the day. Take a look around and talk to other railway workers for various duties you can help out with. There is also some talks going on where you may learn something new about the railway. Now, I would love it if they started to actually talk, but they don't do that yet. So should I look at the 4F first? Should I put you out of your misery? Let's go find the 4F. I'm pretty sure it's over on the far side, because I did pop in here and have a look. Let's just head this way. Where's that whistle of an ATEF or a 6P? Oh, there's a lady stuck down there, so we won't be able to get out that way. Let's just come back this way. She turned up quite recently. What's coming? Nothing's coming. Good. This is the 4F. And when AIs are driving it, it doesn't blast its safety valve off. You can, like the others, pop lamps on things if you want to. And I've got a video tutorial on lamp codes coming right up. Go and chat with this fella. He wants us to talk to him. Hello, this is the locomotive using for the turntable demonstration. All you need to do is drive it onto the turntable, rotate the locomotive, and bring it back here. Well, that sounds easy enough, doesn't it? Hello, Florian thinks the station master looks shady. That is possible that it'll have a quieter safety valve. We'll find out shortly, but I haven't had a build update for 2 days now, so this be it. Hello, how are you? You ready to fire this beast in a little way? You look kind of tired sitting there. Looks sad. You got a hat like mine though. Sit in the driver's seat. Uh-oh, there isn't one. You just have to stand in the driver's seat. And yes, I think the safety valve might be. Maybe not, it's quieter. Got a good whistle though. Now, where are we going? We're going onto the turntable, 301 yards away. Let's have a quick look. Are the points all set for us? That looks fantastic. Off we go then. Brakes off. Is the little ejector open? It is. We don't need the big one. The big one's here. Cylinder cocks are down here. Reverser as usual. The combined brake handle as usual with the separate steam brakes since I'm rolling backwards. Put the brakes back on actually. One thing that is wrong, and I'm going to point this out because I am a loco person and this infuriates me that this is wrong, but it's okay. See the diagonal lines in the back of the sight glass? Mitch, what's wrong with them? And the answer is, because it'll take 20 seconds for Mitch to answer me, is the diagonal line should go the other way when the water's in front of them. Because it's called a refractory glass. Anyway, let's get this thing moving. Let's do a reveal. Probably should have opened the cocks up, shouldn't I? Oh, they were open. When she's not blowing off her safety valve, I really like her. I do have a green signal. You've got to get used to the semaphores in here. They're kind of hard. We are heading down there to the turntable. You can see the level of clutter and stuff around the station is quite excellent. I really like the lived-in feel that this has. All the buildings are weathered. They all look kind of nice. There's bits of crap everywhere. There's weeds growing everywhere. There's actually stuff in the fields, which is really nice. When we go back, I'll give it the beans when we go back to the shed, but I don't want to go too hard at the moment for some funny reason, because I don't want to run off the end of the turntable. Welcome to the people who have joined. I mentioned to people before that if you see a countdown starting on DTG channel, it's going to redirect here, so don't run away when you see that. You're not missing out on anything. Alright, let's get this little guy onto the turntable. This may amuse you to know it's the first time I've used the turntable on this route. Oops, being naughty. We should put you back into mid-gear, shouldn't we? Let's just stand in the thing. Never leave a locomotive in gear. Otherwise it might leave, and that would be a little bit embarrassing. We have a lamp like the 8F and 6P. I've got to get down carefully here so I don't end up in the pit. Which way do you reckon? Let's find out. Align the front of the locomotive with the marker. Oh, that marker. Okay, so we're going to go all the way around. But only 180. V asks, did DTG adjust the overall lighting? A little bit. It's not as nice as Niddler's, but a little bit. So Niddler Taban's probably got the better lighting at the moment, but it's on the cards. It's coming. This is 1232 though, and I have to say it doesn't look too bad. Hello Artful, how are you? Welcome to the stream. We're just turning a 4F on the turntable. Because we can. We're about a quarter of the way there now. I'd pan and have a look at the loco, but I can't. So I'll already give you my thoughts for this route. I have been in it during the beta period, and I've also been in it as an ambassador since Thursday, I think. And I actually like this one. I know some people will say he's an ambassador, he has to say that. I don't. I can actually say when I don't like them, but I do like this one. It looks good, it feels lived in. The scenarios in it, particularly this one and All Mixed Up, are the best scenarios in the game. This one because it's got lots of new novelties, and All Mixed Up because it's just fantastic. Are we there yet? We're nearly there. Turn some more. Come on, line it up. That should be it, I think. Yep. Alright. Let's go back into the loco. Climb aboard. Fireman's still looking tired. So mate, how's your fire? Because you might want to open the door or you're not going to have one in a minute. Because I'm going to go pretty hard. I'm not going to take it all the way into forwards because I'll just wheel slip like crazy. Some people would like that. There we go, we'll just warn these guys we're coming. Here we go. That's probably about as hard as I can go without crashing into the back of the shed. The whistle echoes, have you noticed that? Let's slow this thing down a little bit so we don't go crashing into something, because that would be embarrassing. So I think we've got another 4F on the brake van tour, so we'll go and take that out and you can get another look at the little 4F. As this one slips back into the shed. Ah yes, the eccentrics. Let's just jump onto the 8 key. I'll bring it out into the sun. Alright, we'll stop there, that should be fine. Excuse the safety valve while I come in close. If I can get in close enough here to show you things. Let's see if I can. Here we go. So here's the eccentrics set up in here. These drive the valves with the motion. There is the main rods. Those long ones there, and there's another one over here. The valves that drive the steam in for the pistons for the right cutoff are in there, and all the reversing gears down in here. It's all inside lubricated. It's inside frame rather. The lubricators do actually work when you're moving, which is cool. All right, let's put him away properly. Let's do the right thing. Brakes on full, mid gear. Okay, now let's go to the other 4F over here. Off we get. Should be tidy and shut the door. If I can find the door. Door. Hello, door. Door. There we are. Alright. Let's go have a look at the other one that's over here. This is an LMS Class 4F steam locomotives. It was first built in 1924 as designed as a medium-sized freight locomotive. They're commonly referred to as Duck Sixes, a nickname derived from their 060 reel arrangement. This guy's going to tell us what we're doing, I assume. He's a railway worker. Hi, the breakdown tour is loaded visitors and ready for a trip up to Go Hole Sidings and back. Sure, let's run the tour. Why not? Another chance to run the 4F, this time with a bit of meat behind it. How are you, mate? You ready to go? Got your shovel? Now, I'm sad to say they still don't put coal on their shovel. Never mind, they say. Let's turn on our little lamp. And what else should we do? Should we do test the valve? We can reach it. Not sure I can get to it in this one. Alright. Full. Probably not full forward. About there. That'll do. Are our cocks open? They are. Fantastic. Let's get the little windows open. Get some air in here. Oops. Let's open the window, not the regulator. Whistle. Do we have a green to get out of here? That's the question. Yeah, we do. Alright, let's go. The 4F safety valve is rather overactive, a bit like the others. And watch our guests here. It's probably more overactive than the other steam engines, so hopefully that will get corrected. Let's go, more power. Yoinka McSkoinka, hello! It does look alive, you are correct. What else have we got in here? We've got Dave Randall managed to purchase on the Xbox, haven't tried. Artful wants to use his sepia filter. You kind of could with this one, even though it's a 60s route. So we're heading up to Go Hole Sidings. If I'm mispronouncing that, please let me know. V for Vitty says he's still at work, so he can't check the Xbox yet. Artful asked about the coal missing on last week's stream. It is coming, yes, it is happening. At some point, it will happen. I think this is one of the abandoned stations from memory, so we'll pause here for a moment. So this is a station that's lost its way, sadly. No more people, no more trains. Going down the steep bank towards Go Hole North Shunt. Trains, kits, etc. Does it punish you if you don't open the drain cock? No, it doesn't, but you should do that as a good practice thing. Plus, the drain cock's very handy when you get into a bank, and I'll show you that shortly. We have a green signal on the semaphore. Semaphores on this route are a little bit evil. A distant semaphore doesn't necessarily mean that the next one is at stop. It could be the one after. Look how naughty I am going this speed. Tim Plays Life. Hello, Trainsim World. How are you? I'm quite enjoying the Peak Forest. Quite liking it a lot. We're just playing a little bit of the Chinley Gala at the moment. Oops, I'm hitting light poles. Never like hitting light poles. So, welcome to Go Hole Sidings. Quite a few of the freight services start and stop here. We're just going to run down to the end there. I can see that I do have a small signal, so we are okay to go. It does take a bit to get used to the semaphores in this one. Emmanuel Perez. Oh, I'm just driving quickly. I'm naughty. Train Guy's back again. How about that? Tim Plays Life. Does like the sound of the 4F as it gets going. Reminds you of the little GWR Hall on the Bluebell. Nice and loud and a bit aggressive. It is. It actually reminds me a lot of the little locos I work on. And I'm going to miss a stopping point and I'm going to Nebworth it. That's okay. You have to teach me for reading the chat, won't it? Alright then, let's back it up so we can actually get this done. That'll do fine. It's not exactly a heavy load. Train Sim World is probably Alex. Hello, Blue Games. Welcome. Hello, Sky Raccoon 83. How is Germany today? I just overran my stopping point. The 4F for me sounds like our Locomotive 8A. Normally run a pub quiz on a Sunday. Now we have to go back up there. Let's see what's happening points-wise. That one doesn't matter because it's on the automatic route. And that's looking pretty fine to me, so let's head back there. We go on our little tour. Brakes off we go. I'll go a bit slower this time. Someone knows my commands. One of the interesting things I asked about, why do the wires stop like this? And I got shown some photos, and they really do. They just stop, and they go down the pole, and they come up the other pole over there. Our little people heading down. There you go, Dylan, just for you. Set the happy engine. There we go. Now we need to bring the brake van tour back to Chinley. Very good. So we're going to uncouple. Tim Plays Life, the performance is pretty good. Put on a frame rate for you. I am capped at 60, so... But it runs quite nicely. Yoinka says he's not buying anything for day one for this game again. That's okay. I'm sad you feel that way, but yeah, that's fine. Not a drama. Only you can decide these things. all I can really say is that I'm quite happy with Peak. I'd love the safety valve to go away. That's why I hang around here behind the engine, so it's not as loud. Oh yeah, there's one of the other things that they fixed. Look. These are fixed on Spirit of Steam too. They now don't face each other much better. Hey, look, this time I actually stopped. It is indeed a brake van tour, and we have our new assistant for manual junctions. So I'm just going to do it from the map because I'm lazy and I don't want to walk up there. So which one are we actually setting? Must be that one. No, that one's fine. Or is it that one? No, that one's fine too. Why does it think we need to set a junction? I'll stay in the Loco this time. That'll be enough because we're light Loco. It's got a steam chest simulation now. Look here. Are we going to move, little Loco? Let's go back a bit more. Oh, there we go. That's what it wanted. It was just sad at me. It didn't want to start in 30. Patriotal says it needs some 4F layers on other routes. I agree. It'd be great to see it in spirit. Artful says I should use off the rails mode. Florian needs to put the 4F on West Somerset. I imagine a lot of people will do that, Florian. I wouldn't be surprised at all. It would be a fairly natural thing to do. I should turn off that horrible little white marker, shouldn't I? I've got everything turned on at the moment. This is where I hope I successfully changed the track. Because if I didn't, it's going to crash into the vans. And while that would be funny, it's not ideal. Clearly we're being naughty again. Hello, Ethan Veal. How are you? Welcome. We're just playing a little bit of the Chinley Gala scenario. Change these points. Change these ones by hand for a change. Just because we can. They do have the sometimes seen issue with points. And sometimes they're flopped over the wrong way. Off we go to get the brake vans. So they do have a bit of a steam chest simulation, which means ideally you want to put the regulator up a bit and then come back. You have a quick question, Ethan Veal. Go for your life, mate. What is your question? Hello, people. I'll have a Loco back with you in just a moment. You are quite welcome to ask your question, Ethan. You ready to couple up? Let's go. Nice gentle bonk. Set the junction again. Ooh, so many junctions to set. We're up there, we want to set this one. We're going to do some propelling. Should we steam them? Why not? Let's steam our passengers a bit. On Xbox and PlayStation, Ethan, this is released now. On PC, it will be about, probably about another 8 hours, I would think. 7.5 hours or so. Steam's a bit slower, similar with Epic. Back on the dreaded boom cameras again, where we hit things. Now we'll do a run back to Chinley. Yes, no need for the passengers to fear. It's just a crazy man driving towards them in a 4F. Can you believe I missed it again? Oh, I didn't actually. It's alright. It was forgiving for me. Alright, coming back into reverse now. 52 should be more than enough. How much it costs varies depending on where you are in the world. It's 54 Australian dollars. I'm so looking forward to the day the safety valves don't go off. Oh dear, Patriotal61. Who says, yes, steam's a bit slow, diesel's faster. It's probably the wrong day to talk about diesels. I was just worried for a moment there that I had about SPAD, but no. That signal's not for me. Once we get out of the yard, I'll go stand with the passengers. I just want to watch for signals as we head out. British pounds, I think it's 34, something around that line. Oh, Bull-Eyed Pacific says £30. There you go. Let's see if we can get in and actually see the movement. So I'm on the 3 camera, aren't I? I'm not sure how well you're going to see that, but there's the motion down there. So the big rods are the main motion, and then you've got your eccentrics, which are driving the reversing gear here. There's 2 of them with the blocks, and this is the slide valves that lets the steam in and out of the cylinders. Let's go visit our people. Come on, I want to go in the back. Let me go in the back. No, not there. In the back. Right, there we go. Oh, it's playing funny buggers with me. That's alright. Dylan says it would be cool if they made an Irish route. Well, you never know what might happen. It is all part of the UK. We're heading uphill now, so it won't go quite as fast. I can give it a little bit more power. I really enjoy having stuff that's running tender first. Oh, we're being naughty again. It is nice having the tender first operations. Tim Plays Life says hopefully they can reduce the safety valve volume a bit more. On the hello Pugface Music, thank you to Violet for sending you in. Welcome. Tim Plays Life, they have reduced it on the 6P and the 8F a lot, and I think it's probably at a reasonably tolerable level now. For whatever reason, I don't think that happened with the 4F with one of its safety valves, because if you look at it, it's actually got 2, and one of them's quieter, and one of them's not. So this one's quieter, but when the other one blows, which you'll hear in a moment, when it blows properly, you'll hear it gets really loud. There we go. So I think one of them got made quieter and the other one didn't for whatever reason. So we'll just stay up here away from it for a while because I don't want to deafen myself or anybody else. We should probably get some beans on. Hello, Violet. How are you? Train guy would like to know how much it is in Romanian lei. Well, you can look that up on Steam. Go for your life. One of the cool things I like about the whistle on this new loco is that it echoes. We'd better go and get our trademark gratuitous bridge shot, hadn't we? Seems necessary. Can we get a good shot of this bridge? Yes, we can. Now, what do you notice about the steam pressure, even though I'm sitting on 60 and 39 on the reverser? Have a look at that HUD. It keeps up. Just make sure you've got the automatic fireman turned on. We're almost back at Chinley. So I won't play any more of the Gala because I don't want to spoil it all for you. We'll go off and we'll have a look at a service. We'll run a 6p from Buxton towards Manchester, but really up this end of the route. So you'll see this end, and then we'll do an 8F at the other end with some banking. And we'll probably drive the 4F in the banking. I might want to stop, hey? Before I run into something and do something naughty. Actually, that's an interesting thing. You see how the smoke's scattering around the funnel? I always thought that that was something that was wrong. And I noticed the other day, when I was firing, that it actually happens on our locomotives. Particularly in cold weather. That train guy, okay, it said lay, fair enough. Does that mean if there's two, there's a lay-lay? What about three, a lay-lay-lay? Sounds like a song, doesn't it? Oh, we have to keep going a little way. Let's get back in the cab for a moment. We cruise through Chinley. You need to get your cat, Violet. How is Max? It's based off the early 1960s. Ethan? And this really is the visibility from a steam locomotive too. You don't get to see terribly much. Early 1960s, Ethan. So they don't give a specific year, just early 1960s. Max is asleep on the shelf. That's good. Now, make sure you keep an eye out for cats on this route. It is a bit annoyingly loud, isn't it? Let's come up here. Make sure you keep an eye out for cats on the route. There are two kinds. Nearly there. Letting gravity do its thing. Give our passengers a nice gentle stop this time, just for a change. There we go. Wait for the signal to come off. Assuming we're going to get one. Oops, wrong way. Let's just go and check the yard and see if we're supposed to change some points somewhere. I'll do it on the map, it'll be quicker. Oh, it's green. All good. The red is for the other track. How about that? Here's me looking at the semaphores going, they're red, but they're not really. It's okay. Because my signal is that little disc down there on the right-hand side. I don't know if you can see it or not. Let's go up and have a look. Oops, wrong way. This is my signal here, says he going right past it. This one. There it goes. Ethan asks, if you have the Spirit of Steam train add-on route, do you get this train with it as well? No, this doesn't come with Spirit of Steam. But you do get the Spirit of Steam locomotives in this route without having Spirit of Steam. So it's self-contained. You get the 4F, the 8F, and the 6P. 6P is the green one, 8F is the big black one. That train guy says his record is 160 to 161 miles an hour. My face is in front of the Steam UI, is it? Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. How's that? Is that better? We'd better stop before we run through this red signal up here. A little bit further. Pugface Music says, will it run on your Pentium 4? It will if it's a Pentium 4 server. They still exist. Alright, I think that's enough of the Chinley Gala, so there's plenty of other things to do here, but like I said, I don't want to spoil it for you. So let's pop out and let's go and run a service. We're going to run from Buxton in a 6P so we can see how those look. I don't think you can buy the 4F on its own yet. Peak Forest, Turntable, and I want the Jubilee, and I want 709, and I want to put it in February. I think I said February, I did say February. And we'll go with clear weather, but I'll leave dynamic on. Let's see what we end up with. David Stevens, I am driving. So at this point, you can't be a fireman yet. Now, you know how they say never stream at night time? Well, I wanted to, because I wanted to show you what it looks like. So it's just at dawn. So it looks kind of cool. I like the lighting that's in the stations. It does look nice. Let's just go and have a look in here before we bother going anywhere. That's no moon. That's a space station. Let's go and meet the puss. Hello, puss. How are you doing, Cindy? Yeah, hi. There's quite a lot of cats on the route. Have a look around for them. They are all over the place. This is Buxton Station, one end of the branch line. This is one of the collectibles, but unfortunately I've eaten this one because you get a cup of tea and 2 little Bakewell tarts. I should have shown you the one at Chinley because I actually left one for you to see. But anyway, let's get this train out of here. We want to open the doors. And start setting up, getting ready to go. We probably want our lamp on in the back here. And we probably want to put some lamps on the front too. Now this one is a stopping passenger service. Let me just grab my lamp code so I don't get this wrong and have someone yell at me. So we want a stopping passenger. So we want a single light up the top, and it's already there. Look at that. How excellent. People have been listening. Hello, firing person. Are you going to put the coal in the hole? Let's do a quick test on the gauge glass. And see that the water rises smartly. Oops, wrong. Don't use that one. There we go. That's better. There we go. And we will want the large ejector open because we're about to leave. The small one is open. Our cylinder cock should be open. We're in full forwards. It's time to lock the doors. There they go. Brakes off. There are new warnings about steam, such as that one that popped up about don't waste your steam pressure with the large ejector. But they come on at strange times sometimes, so they need some refinement. Let's just pop in and kill the large ejector. Hello, cat on the barbie. Look just how much light a kerosene lamp gives off. Isn't that spectacular? Almost none. Green semaphore there. The semaphores do change quite quickly as you come through them and you clear the points. You'll see that one drop back shortly. At some point, just keeping an eye on the next ones. There it goes. It takes a little while to learn the semaphores. Don't be worried if you don't get them straight away. Sun and Fun, how are you? Welcome. I don't think you can buy the 4F by itself, Ethan. I haven't seen it for sale by itself. I mean, it's possible, but I haven't seen it. Weird camera angle plus. Thanks, 8Key. That's a good view. Now we're in a tunnel. Don't stream at night, they say. Everything will go wrong, they say. Then everything goes wrong. Uh-oh. So have you noticed something about the Steam HUD? If you drive the locomotive as though you were driving a real locomotive, you won't be using all your steam. See, it's building back up again. As our creek disappears into a stream there. Into the drain. And we're being naughty again, clearly. A toast to Violet, why not? Here's one of the quarries along the route. Nice industrial sound effects. I suppose we should go with our train, really, shouldn't we? Into the next tunnel. This one's a long one. Longer one, anyway. AWB Veteran 34. You're going to make James the red engine out of the Fowler 4F. Well, why not? Go for your life. Enjoy that. Gratuitous bridge shot time. That's a mighty bridge. It's probably a viaduct, I suppose. Vegemite obsessed? Of course you can have Vegemite on your toast. Michael, Alex find the scenery in this section of the route looks really good. I agree with that. I actually find it looks quite good everywhere. Even the part of the route that Matt described as bland on the stream the other day, I was thinking, this is pretty. It's farmland. And there's crops and all sorts of stuff. If you wander along without the train, the other thing you'll notice is that there's lots of appropriate sound effects like sheep and cows. You don't often hear them in the train, but they're there. Probably one of my only gripes with the route is these wires, just since we're up close to them. They're a bit big. But it's a pretty minor thing, really. Says he being naughty again. Coming up to the next tunnel. Are we? No, signal box. There are loads of these little signal boxes along the route, as you'd expect in Steam. Ooh, we're going just a little fast. Nothing to see here. Move along. Don't look at the HUD. It's not here. Don't look at the HUD. We're not doing 45 miles an hour over the speed limit. Don't worry about it. It's all good. There we go. We have survived. Have the carriages survived? That's a good question. Nothing to see here. Don't worry about it. It's all good. Don't panic. As we start climbing the hill, you'll discover these locomotives don't explode into pieces at 55 miles an hour anymore. Going magnificently well, Violet. And yes, it was close, Florian. I'm vaguely surprised I stayed on the track, to be honest. Vaguely. Where's your tea, that train guy? You'll have to make yourself some. Mine's right here. Peppy says, as far as you know, the locos come with this route, as you said. That means no separate locos. Check the preview YouTube stream at Train Sim World. The info is there. It wouldn't surprise me if it gets released by itself at some point, but I went back in the cab bin, by the way. It doesn't force you to. I just hate what the camera does in tunnels. There's another one of the quarries up there. That's Tunstead. There's some really industrial heritage gear going on along the route. And I have to say, I do love the TOD4 lighting at this time of day. Getting ready for Peak Forest. AWV Veteran 34, thank you very much. Welcome along. Should we race up to Peak Forest and wait for it to come in? Why not? Sit up here first. Yeah, I really like the sky in the early morning and the normal morning light in the evenings. I'm not such a fan of it in the middle of the day, but I do believe that that's being worked on, so I expect good things to come. Roll into Peak Forest Station for our first stop. You know, I don't think I've ever had fog at this time of day, Artful, but yeah, it would be cool, wouldn't it? There are, if you're on PC, there are some things that you can do to make the middle of the day lighting a little more palatable, but it's very subjective. I did a video on it recently, and if you can make it look quite nice in the middle of the day, but then it's a bit dark in the mornings. Hello, Sun and Fun. There's a few Aussies here, but there's people from all over the world in the stream. Oh, Cab Peppy, you could put the Class 101 on here now. If you do it in off the rails mode. In Scenario Planner, there's the stopping points that they've chosen are quite reasonable. I would like to see some more in the sidings, but all the stations are well covered. So there's plenty of stopping points around the place for them. Let's just come in over here and sit on this side while the other train comes in. We should probably stop too. Be a good idea, wouldn't it? Get our doors open. There goes a lonely little 8F, shunting away down to the quarry. Hope he's got a disc signal. There's some of the 60s outfits that you will see on the ladies. They're quite colourful. Haven't seen any muumuus or kaftans. Has anybody seen a giant black cat yet? Have I left any of the collectibles on this platform? I'm not sure. No, I've eaten that one. We've got our milk. Hello, people. This is one of the new people. Reading the newspaper. Oops, she whacked me with her paper. Oh no, that bloke hit me. Go on, look up again. We want to see your face. Come on, look up. Ah, you're not going to look up, are you? No, alright. I'll stop being creepy with you. Ooh, shiny hair. Shiny hair. What do you do with your hair, mate? Shiny. So clean and beautiful. You must look after it very well. I don't think he likes me. I want to know what this guy did with his hair. It's clearly gone somewhere else. But we should probably drive. Should we drive? No, we shouldn't drive yet. There's lots of little sidings that are used in the scenarios. Not so much in the services. I hear another train coming. What have we got coming in? Oh no, it's another one going the other way. There you go, it's another 4F. Is it good to hear AI trains making noise or what? Makes me happy. There's the paint-covered man. We see him quite a bit these days. He's going off to do some shunting up there. I like touches like this. Things like there's some broken window panes and the like. That's what I really like. It gives it a lived-in feel, an industrial feel. Well, time to go. Let's get out of here. Back into full forwards gear. Large ejector. And we're on a hill, so I'll give it a little bit of throttle. Should have opened the cocks too. Should have done that first. Look at that. Open doors. Shovel going through open doors, not going through the closed doors. Hasn't got coal yet, but that will come. I have confidence. Let's come and sit here. Spec and tip. Bit of an injector water throwing on the ground there. Good to see. There goes our 4F shunting again. That's one of the scenarios to go up there. Actually, it's one of the services to go up there and collect those ICI hoppers and take them back down the hill. watch him go before we go back to our train. I'm just keeping an eye on the HUD. Ah, it's all good. Alrighty, we'll leave Peak Forest behind and head up to Chapel Enley Frith. Yes, trains, kits, etc. It does have all 3 cylinders with drain cocks. We accelerate away. Artful thinks Hitman 4 TSW edition. That could work. What about TSW4 Hitman edition? I shouldn't start that rumor, should I? I got my lamp on, I do, so we're about to still see each other. There's always much lurking going on. You know, I don't think I'd observe in a tunnel, really. You shouldn't fire in a tunnel either, but that's life. Who can tell me why you don't fire in a tunnel? Why is it a bad idea to open the firehole door when you're in a tunnel? PS4 multiplayer UE Unreal Engine 5 edition. Oh, you have taken the rumour and you have upped it, sir. You have my respect. Blowback is it, Patriotal 61? Yes. We had a very amusing thing on the footplate on Saturday when the guy I was out with decided to put the ashpan sprinklers on, but the firebox door was open. And let's just say that we made snow in the cab. It took us a little while to clean it all out. Life's like that. We're almost at the end of the tunnel. Just put a bit of gentle braking on now, or we're not going to be stopping at Chapel Enley Frith. The blowback will mostly come from the sudden lack of draft. Let's get a bit of the stopper happening. Let the small ejector release the brakes, because that'll hold on for a while, start slowing us down. Welcome to Dove Holes. Who knew doves had holes? Well, I guess they do. They've got a mouth and ears and other holes. I'll stop that camera. It's getting foggy. If you're curious in a book to help you understand how to drive steam locomotives, this is a good one. Handbook for the Railway Steam Locomotive Engineman. Let's get rid of the HUD for a little while. Indeed, Artful. The cloaca. That train guy says Austria is on the other side of the world from Australia. That's true, but people still confuse us all the time. I'm going to stop early, aren't I? Looks like it. Here it comes. Could be the Darjeeling Express if you're getting a cup of tea. Don't you love Train Sim World people? They just kind of wander around in circles. Have I got a collectible intact over here? Because there is one in this shed. I'm not sure if I've already eaten it though. No, I've already taken it, sadly. These are details that I like. Little maintenance area. Some nice bread. The bread's often left out in the rain though, sadly. And of course, bananas. Good enough. Oh, I think you'd survive as a tourist in Australia. Funny IRL clips, why not? Everything in Australia is so friendly. It's just that most of the things you meet in Australia want to eat you. YouTube's telling me now would be a good time to insert ads, but I'm not going to do that to you. It's mean. No, we should turn on the HUD to see if it's time to go. It's not time to go. I locked the doors a bit early. That was silly. Ah, cars. Yes. Yes. We get the little Morris, the ubiquitous Morris. We get the little Morris van. And if you hear these things on the road, they actually sound like a wheezy old Morris, so they're pretty cool. I'm kind of guessing it's a Humber, but it's not branded, so I'm not 100% sure on that. These slightly larger ones, no idea what these ones are. We have the British Railways delivery vans. These are cool. Now it's time to lock the doors. Back in the cab, open that, release the brakes, more forwards, get a bit of oomph on, just a little bit. I think this run only runs to Chinley, so we'll take it up to Chinley and then we'll do a banking service. How does that sound? Oh, bit of wheel slip going on there, just some light wheel slip. Let's get on the sand and get rid of it. There we go. Sanding actually works now. Artful says, at least with a steam train, the TSW3 packs cannot block your cab. That's true. Does it have purple smoke? We need purple smoke. Hello, Michael Alex. Rovers or Wolsleys? Okay, cool. Thank you. Good to know. Can't pretend I know an awful lot about British cars. Just some. We had a Morris in the family for a while. I think my dad spent more time cursing that thing than driving it, though. Oops. Perhaps I should have been paying attention to the HUD just then. It's okay, we made it. It's all good. It's only the second time in this one stream. Don't panic. Violet likes Jags. Fair enough. Patriotal61 says, is banking on a banking service? Well, we're going to do one of those next. As soon as we get into Chinley, if I actually survive the experience. Let's get our speed down a little more. Glad you're enjoying it. Funny IRL clips. You should be able to do that. It should be turned on. Welcome to Chinley, folks. See you later, that crane guy. Now, one thing I will caution you on this route is there are some stopping points that are a little close. It's necessary to make the signal blocks work, but it's just keep your eyes on them. Let's go and make the passengers bunch up. Just use the steam brake. Since we're going downhill anyway. It does keep you on your toes in a few places. Most places there's a good distance, but as you can tell, this one it's pretty close. And it does make you nervous running up close to a red signal. This will be close enough anyway, it'll recognise the stop. And I've forgotten to turn down cab sway, which is rather unrealistic on a steam engine. It's good on a diesel, having that level of cab sway. Welcome back to Chinley for the second time today. I'm pretty sure this doesn't go anywhere after this, so we'll just let this service finish. And then we will go up and do some banking. And I think we might drive the 4F with the banking. Yes, leave the cylinder cocks open. Good point. When you stop, you should always open your cock. There we go. Objective complete. I'll cry if I get a gold medal after behaving that badly. Good. I only got a silver. Fantastic. Because I behaved poorly on that run. Alright, back to the timetable. Hello, John Hudson. How are you? Let's go back to the main menu, actually, not back to the timetable. And let's pick a Stania. So if you want to do a bank, even if you want to drive the 4F in the bank, you pick the Stania and take one of the ones that says banking. So you just scroll down. That one's a bit early. Let's do one that's in daytime, shall we? 8:54, that'll do. So the Peak Forest Northwich ICI banking. Is it Norwich or Northwich? I guess it's Norwich, isn't it? Now in this one, even though I've picked an 8F service, I'm not going to do anything in the 8F. I'm not going to touch it. I'm just going to get up and go, see you later, mate. You're on your own. I hope you can drive and fire at the same time. Because I'm going to jump off. Now you won't get replaced, unfortunately. But you can come wandering down here. Uh-oh. This consists backwards, isn't it? Oh well. I thought we'd fix those. I thought I'd found them all and reported them. Never mind. John Hudson said, I read somewhere today, if you can drive without swearing, you're not paying attention. Oh, that's quite possible. Now we're going to come down here to our noisy little blowing off 4F. And we're going to climb aboard. If you would like me to turn it down, please let me know. Alright, let's jump in the chair. Now, we don't have a fireman, unfortunately, because it wasn't expecting us to do this, really. That clacking is the dampers going up and down. It's the automatic fireman doing that. Anyway, let's get ready to go. So, all the commands that I do, so I'm putting this in full forwards, and my cylinder cock should already be open. Let's check. And small ejector fully open. Large ejector open, and I'll release the brakes. But you'll notice the brakes won't actually fully come off, and I'll start giving it some power. That's probably enough, and I'll lay on the sand key. Now, you notice how the brakes haven't released? If we go up the front, we'll see they're still applied. But if you do this, 2 whistles, the guy up the front should release the brakes. There they go. And now we've just got to juggle our way out of here. This is actually quite difficult. Oh, let me go down the back of the train, will you? I'm just going to have to lean over here and use both hands on the rail driver to make this happen. You don't want too much power. Leave your cylinder cocks open to limit the amount of force you're putting in so you don't slip. And I am also leaning on the sand key. Takes a while to get moving. Be patient. Once this loco gets over the points, you can bring your reverser back a tad. But don't do it before you get off the points, or it slips. I've done a tutorial on how to do this. I can bring the reverser back a little now because it's off the points. There she is, looking back going, where'd my driver go? Why are we leaving? And don't worry, that red signal's not for us, it's for this track here. Should be safe to get a little more power going now. When it's raining or snowy, this is really, really hard. Patriotal says, what did you say? The safety valve is blowing. Yes, it is. Unfortunately, I wish it wasn't. Bernard the Wonder Badger. Hello. Definitely Norwich. I used to watch the ICO trains when visiting the grandparents. Excellent. Did you hear the explosions from the quarry? How cool's that? I should be able to get off the sand key now and bring the reverser back a little more. About there. And a bit more power. Let's see if we get away with it. And I can probably close the cylinder cocks by now. Let's see if we get away with that. Looks promising. And off we go. And here comes the little banker that we're actually driving. You will discover that the camera keys do funny things in the banking because they're really not used to it. Oops. Anarchist Angel, how are you? Indeed. Welcome along. And Michael Alex, a good challenging drive. It is. It is actually quite hard to do. And if you... I've had a few goes in the snow and I've got about a 50-50 success ratio. Sometimes I make it, sometimes I don't. But do you notice something about my steam pressure gauge? If you're driving reasonably, you'll be okay. Now remember, it is steam days. Don't be too eager to be going fast, because you won't be. Be a little birdie on the wires. Patriottle 61. No, I haven't tried going up the Licky with the new Steam physics, actually. It was a little bit busy beta testing Peak to play with anything else. You can usually tell when I'm really busy in a beta because my streams will be TSC or some other game, not TSW. Because it takes so long to switch builds. First world problems, huh? Actually, got to be careful with the whistle codes because the bloke up the front will believe you and put the brakes on. I think we're just about there. 1.5 miles to go. I think you can open this. Not sure how though. I can hear our fireman. Now, apart from the safety valve, it actually sounds really good. It's almost time to cut the banker off the back. And then we'll head down to the other end of the route. And run something up from there so you can see that too. On Sunday I'm going to play the all mixed up scenario, so that will be pretty much the whole stream because it's a really long one. Anarchist Angel, it's actually a lot better because I left my fireman up here because this is the train I spawned into, so here's my fireman shoveling away madly as usual. We have a distant and proceed here. So the fact that my fireman didn't follow me, it's like, whatever. But it's really cool that the game actually lets you go down the back. I quite like it. Yeah, most of the time you do actually get one these days. They don't always stay with you. And if you're playing a long scenario, which I don't know if you know how they work in TSW, but they're actually broken up into services. Each time you change a service, your fireman will change personality. You get a different person. Hello, BG. There are a great many simultaneous streams tonight. Hello, Stefan. How are you? Stefan's the developer from New Zealand Train Sim Workshops. And yes, many, many streams. And as ambassadors go, we kind of hurt each other a little bit because we're all streaming right now. But you do notice one thing really cool about the fireman now. Notice something? Watch the shovel. Doesn't have coal yet, but watch what it does have. It's going into the door, not through the closed door. Now I'm sad to say on the 4F the fireman doesn't actually do that. They still shove it through the door. But on the 8F and the 6P, they seem to have got the timing right. Here comes a passenger service flying down the right-hand track. Let's go have a look. You may occasionally see a 4F hauling passengers as AI. I have in the scenarios. No, there's no coal on the shovel yet, BG. I reckon that'll come, but not yet. And we are in Safety Valve Central again. Mini Assassin 2K2. Do you have any tips for balancing the regulator and cutoff to keep your speed or speed up when going up steep inclines? Yeah, you have to be realistic about it. So high 40s, low 50s. Don't try and put the regulator on the roof because you'll run out of steam if you do that. So keep it at around 50 to 60% and you'll be fine. You will not get up to high speed on uphills. Steam engines just don't do that. Unless they're ridiculously overpowered for their train. Now we just started to go into a downhill gradient, so I'm just going to start applying some brakes. Let me make sure that's shut, and I need him to put the brakes on too. Otherwise we'll be going straight through the red signal up there. And I don't think he is braking yet. No, I think he is now. You have to whistle to make him start and whistle to make him brake. We're going to stop early, of course, but that's okay. Better early than not. Objective complete. Good enough. Alright, let's quickly race down the other end of the line. Gold! Glod. Okay. Turn to timetable. That was silly. I actually don't want to go to timetable because I want to use a Jubilee. And I want to run from Ambergate, Buxton, London. Is this the way I want to go? I'm not sure. We'll see. We'll see if it starts at Ambergate. Yes, definitely better earlier than a spad. Now, where have we started? We're at Matlock. That's not where I want to be. I want to start at Ambergate. Where are we on the route? It's close to being in the right place. Ambergate's down here. Alright, I need to find a service that starts at Ambergate because I want to show you Ambergate. So back we go to the main menu. I didn't actually line up one for this, sorry. To the trains, choose a route, Peak Forest, timetable, Jubilee. Actually, you know what? Let's play... Choose a route, scenarios, royal appointment, because that starts at Ambergate, I think. This will be easier. Yeah, driving steam is actually hard, Mini Assassin 2K2. It's nowhere near as hard as driving real steam engines. That's even more difficult. Here we are at Ambergate. So this is our train. Notice something cool. Double headers, finally. Speak to the station master before setting off. Very good. Are you the station master? You are. You'll be taking Her Royal Highness. Her? Should be His Royal Highness now. On this leg of his journey. Maybe King Charles's trans. Who knows? Anyway, you'll be following Bobby Macklethwaite in the pilot locomotive to remain slow and steady. Blow your whistle when you're ready to depart. Now, what they're talking about is this other locomotive over here runs out in front of you. And it keeps every signal at bloody yellow because you catch up with it all the time. And sometimes you just spad, which is really annoying. But anyway, that's okay. Hello, fireman. Ready to go, mate? Got good heat? Let's check your water. Whoop, wrong one. Come on. There we go. Yep, water rises smartly in the glass, and the glasses do agree. Fantastic. Actually, I don't want to do that yet, because we have to set the head code. Forgot about that. Because we are a royal train, aren't we? Isn't that all the lamps, the royal train? Something like that. There you go. It's all of them. I thought it was. Blow your whistle. Yes, he's not just a railway employee, he's a station master. Stefan says he'd argue driving steam is easy compared to firing it. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Stefan is a fellow steam fireman, engineman in New Zealand, and I fire here. I am early in my firing career, but I'm at the point where I have pressure and heat and water and steam all day now, so I'm happy. Now, I'm not going to give any blast of the whistle just yet. We're going to explore Ambergate some more while we're waiting for that guy to get away from us. So I've just popped out into the 8 key. There are some goods services, and for the Americans, that's freight. Morning. Do you know nothing stops over here? Nothing at all. No, sorry. Nothing at all. But there are some goods services that run from these sidings over here. So you can get in and play. You can actually start some scenario planner services from over here as well. But this is the other end of the route as represented. It's a triangular station. It's quite a weird setup. It's kind of cool. I haven't seen any piles of cases to clean up. Maybe this is a case pile. No, that's just boxes. I still want that guy to get further away. There's our station master. He's just quietly buggering off for probably a quiet fag out the back. We should jump in our locos. We got a green yet? We have got a green. We should probably go. But we won't be going hard, I can tell you that, because we'll only run into a red. Nice gentle start for His Highness. Cocks are open, aren't they? Yes, they are. Bit more. There we go. Trains, kits, etc. says driving is easy if you have a good fireman. Firing is easy if you've got a good driver. Don't think I'd ever go as far as to say firing's easy. It gets less hard, but I don't think it's ever actually easy, to be honest. Who wants boom cameras that don't hit things? Me! Hello, African Grey LVR. Welcome. Thank you for subscribing. Trains, kits, etc. says if you do driving and firing at once, you're your own worst enemy. I do that in little locos. BG asks where Stefan is. He's in New Zealand. Anarchist Angel always wonder if there are goods or are there trains also transporting the bads, or are those on the road? Well, that's an interesting question. Says he, driving straight towards a red signal because we're already too fast. But how cool is it to finally have double headers in the game? Already having to slow down. The signal will probably change. Probably. It's the pain of following another locomotive in this scenario. Moo, there's a cow in the tree and there's a tree in the middle of the road. Alright, we'll just assume you're going to stop, because we're going to go back and have a look. Because, you know, in all the time in beta testing, I never noticed this. There's cows here. We're going to get honked at. Really? Here's a Morris. So it even sounds like a wheezy little Morris. But why are there cows here? Why? You know, it's funny that wasn't actually there yesterday. Off we go again. It's only a slight gradient, so 50 is probably enough, but let's go up to 60. Whoops. Wheel slip. Do you want to watch a wheel slip? Double wheel slip. Alright, we'll be nice. Let's do it properly. Bit of slippage. Come on, get it under control. Find your feet, Saint Helena. You can do it. Saint Helena is still slipping. Look at that. We'll come right off and give it a chance to catch its feet. There we go. I think it's good now. There we go, now we've got it. Stefan actually makes some of the trains that I've driven on this stream. So the New Zealand KA, oh, this is one thing with double headers, is the second one never gets a crew. Only the first one gets a crew. Still there, good to see. Go over to the shiny side. And away we go. It would be cool to have the Royal Carriages Patriotal 61, indeed, very much so. African Grey LBR, yes, it is a game, and it does look pretty good. This is probably their best scenery effort, I think, to date. Nittla Taban, which was from one of the third-party developers, might just have the edge on this one for scenery, but this one's pretty good. Hello, Skywatcher Stephen. How are you? I think I've got all of Violet's friends in here today. Very busy. Good to see. Yeah, New Zealand's such a small place, you guys probably live next door to each other. Since we've got the train with his kinkiness on board, we're going to obey the speed limits. Unusually for me. Violet, you found a band. That's good news. I think the new rolling stock stuff's pretty good, Stefan, but some of these other carriages are a little on the older side now. They've been used quite a bit. Let's go and sit on the platform with all the people. Oops. Hello, people. Good town name, isn't it? What's and well? Stay behind the yellow line, lady. Oh yeah, it's the 60s. There is no yellow line. Another 4F shunting away over there. Hello, Hannah. How are you? Welcome. If I can, no. I was going to try and catch Panda Cat, but that's not going to happen. She just ran away. Yeah, Stefan, have a look at the 4F in the early and late evenings. The midday light is not very kind. You've got to be careful not to go too fast on this scenario, or you'll end up catching up with the loco in front. Here's another one of the little industries we can get to. One of the on-site online industries here. Looks remarkably like solar panels on the roof though. I'm sure it's not meant to be solar panels. It's meant to be a roof light, I'm sure. Let's get in and get our lamp on quickly. Got it. Making sure I'm on track, Hannah. Fair enough. Hello, Cat. Welcome. Oh, that's what we need to see. The sewage plant. Sewage. Brandon. Ah, many familiar faces turning up. Welcome. I'm actually in the one in the front. To come off the juice a little bit. Cromford sidings we've just gone through. Another green signal. We can go down into the fields over here and we can see whatever it is they're growing. Looks like looks like something you'd find growing in Frankston actually. This one on the other hand looks more like wheat or barley, one or the other. Oh, that must be Matlock Station. Let's come out of the tunnel for a tick, if I can get out of the tunnel. No, I've got myself trapped. That was silly. Matlock's got a cool feature I was going to show you. Skywatcher Stephen asks, how realistic is this simulator? If you go too fast, will you derail? Yes, but you have to go a lot too fast. BG says, a bank of Panasonic batteries and inverters around the back. Electric steam. Is that like electric sheep? Could be like electric sheep. We're catching up with our other guy again. Unexpected stop for the Royal Man. One thing to watch for with the semaphores is yellow signals in semaphore time do not work like yellow signals in current times. So in semaphore time, if you get a yellow, like this one coming up here, which is a repeater, your yellow could be for the next signal, or one after, or the one after, or the one after. so you can get red by quite a bit of surprise if you're not careful. So when you see a yellow, take the opportunity and slow down a bit. Ah, thank you, Kat. Great to have your support, as always. Get this window open so we can see out. Cocoa Beam, Daniel Robert Jowett got a membership, BG got a membership, Cocoa Beam got one, that train guy got one, Stuart James got one. For those of you who didn't get a membership then, it happens, you have to turn on the feature in YouTube to get gifted memberships. Kat's a very long time supporter of the channel. Always very welcome. More. Brandon, Hannah, Phil, Lolbit XD77, Trains to Games, congratulations. The next signal has gone green, so we can accelerate again. So let's ramp it up a bit and go Fang. Whoops, wheel slip. BG's going to go to bed so he can play this in the morning when the PC releases. Cool. Well, actually, Florian, yes, you're absolutely correct. It just occurred to me, I am in fact a twit. As Florian points out, this is the 1960s. It was Her Royal Highness. Excellent. Welcome to the family, Brandon. There's another passenger service over here. Now here's the other new vehicle for this time round. The little yellow trucks. They're quite unique. And I think we've seen this guy before. The drag shovel. Wow, that's red. You'd never do this to a big engine, but it'll work. Maybe. Come on, come on. You can do it, you can do it, you can do it. You're going to stop. Done. Victory. I definitely can't say that I would recommend putting a large steam engine into reverse to stop in a hurry. But it does work in the game. And of course it's just toying with me. Because of course immediately that signal went green. Violet's friends are quite cool, Kat. Violet's a fellow Australian streamer, so you should check her out. Lots of fun, amusement, music, ad-libbing, lots of gags. Just generally enjoying herself, really. I'll have to go back and apologise to Her Majesty later for making her drop her tea then. Yeah, it does look like a Foden truck, Bernard the Wonder Badger. Just after they went away from steam and went to internal combustion trucks. Poor engine indeed. Yes, I made the game cry, Patriotal61. It's going, oh no, what is this guy doing? How good is the scenery though? I just like the weediness of it. No bareness. I'm hesitant at speeding right up again, because we know what'll happen. B for Vitty, can you drive the Rivet version of the Jubilee on Peak? In off the rails you can, but they don't turn up here, no, there's no layers on this. You just get to watch my brand of silliness, Violet. So this is the end of the route that Matt described as bland on the reveal stream, which I think is a bit unfair, because it's not. It's actually really cool. So if you like a long run, this is the end of the route for you. See you soon, Violet. You're writing lyrics for your band. Enjoy. Sounds like fun. I look forward to the results. I should introduce you to Hannah Silver. Good night, Pugface. Enjoy yourself. 4 AM. Wow, that's dedication. Actually, you're a muso. You're supposed to be awake at this time of the day. And Patriotal was hoping for a quick Gronk to be laid in as well. No Gronks, unfortunately. Would make sense though, wouldn't it? Because the Gronk is an 060 as well. Now, at the risk of spatting, we're going to hang around here for a moment. So I'll just pull the regulator off and I'll keep an eye on the HUD. Opening gates. Is that cool? I reckon it's cool. Back to the train as we smash into the signals on our little camera. It's only 9 o'clock. I might be around for a little while yet, right, Violet? It is a work day, but that's life. Everybody write to Matt and say, we want cameras that don't hit things. Coming up on one of the carriage yards. This is one of the bigger yards on the route. There's quite a bit of shunting to be done here if you want to. Just waiting for service over here. Chatting away with your signalman, mate. Needed to be done. I do kind of wonder whether this loco is actually spattered. That's interesting, isn't it? Now we're going round to Buxton. That pile of jumbled suitcases. Did I? Oh no. Uh-oh. V wants more cowbell. Look what I just did. How good's that? Oh well. Peak Forest. Alright, let's do something a bit different. Let's jump in the Fowler. And let's go to one that's late in the day. Rowsley Shunting, why not? Or a light loco move, bit of Tunstead. Why don't we do some Tunstead? We are light loco in the little 4F. I can turn this down a bit if the safety valve annoys the crap out of you. Please let me know. And let's just see what we have to do. We have to back up. Looks like everybody's set fine, so that's good. Back we go. Eventually. Off you go, little loco. Are you going to move, or are you being sad? Oh, it's centered, isn't it? It's got one piston at top dead center, and the other one's... It may struggle to move. Depends how well they simulated it. There we go. Just needed to mess with it a bit. I wish the eye adaptation worked like human eye and not like a camera. Maybe the Queen likes spads. You never know, Bernard the Wonder Badger. You never know. Yes, there is echo on the whistle. You can hear the quarry grinding away in the background too. Should be about the right spot. Let me turn the stop marker on. Hopefully it doesn't hit the buffers and derail. That would be embarrassing. Especially after running a spad. Did I not make it? Come on. Give me a little bit of joy. I got a wheel on it. Do I have to do anything, or is it just going to be fine? No, I have to set points. That's fine. That one's not. What are those pesky three-ways? Wow, are there any points I don't have to set? That's pretty much all of them so far. There we go, we're on the automatics now. Alright, off we go. Just wait for the winder to finish winding. Probably should open my cylinder cocks then, shouldn't I? Florian, yes, I did get a yellow before the red, several kilometres before it. I was explaining before that... Let me get further away from the train so this doesn't get... Actually, let me just turn the train down a little bit. I was explaining before that a yellow on a semaphore route on this one, and this is prototypical, the yellow at stop, like that one over there, doesn't mean that the next signal is at stop. It means that a signal is at stop ahead of you, which is really tedious. Stefan said the old Rogers liked to centre herself, and the experts from the armchair would inform that two-cylinder engines can't centre. Well, they can. I didn't actually realise they'd simulated it, though. I think that's quite cool. Let's bring the reverser back a lot since we're light engine. Let's cruise up ahead of here, light engine, and go and get some carriages. Anarchist Angel said Brits never made sense in regards to the railway. Yeah, they kind of invented them. They were kind of first. Yeah, it is a bit tricky, Florian. It really helps to keep an eye on the HUD. And I didn't follow my own advice because I did say... Yep, sure. I did say that if you see a yellow, then you need to make sure that you start slowing down. Now, unfortunately on the 4F, our good fireman here does in fact fire through the closed door, which is something that's been fixed on the 8F and the 6P. And there is the thing that annoys me a bit. See if Stefan picks what's annoying me. Don't be mean, Anarchist Angel. So yeah, it does look nice in the darker light, definitely. Let's go and have a look in over the top. Can I open these from the inside? No, but if I do this... I'm not sure if I can open these doors. I can. And then if I do that shut, we can sit in the coal and look inside the loco. That's it, Stefan. No refraction. No rest for the wicked, fireman. Have you never heard of little and often? It's like, just sit down. Stop putting stuff in there. Just sit. Don't do any more. Come on, stop. Put it down. Good. She's picked up the shovel again. What are you doing? Yeah, look out the window. That's a much better idea. Yeah, I don't know, Stefan. The time of the day does different things. We have got a green on this signal. I can see it. We'll be picking up a train at Peak Forest. I think we actually saw this service happen when we were running earlier. Or a variation on it anyway. Another little brake band sitting over there. Let your mate signalman know you're coming past. And I'm being naughty again. Clearly. Naughty train simulator driver. Good thing I don't do this in the real railway, isn't it? I would get suspended for doing this. Wrong. Go this way. Go this way. Go on, sit in a good struck, as you do. I'm going to be streaming in the dark again soon, aren't I? Green on the signal here on the stick. Now we've got to start watching out for disc signals. Now we have got a green up there and we're not crossing, so we're okay here. Per Midbo Thorsby, do I think it's worth the money? I think this time, yes. The scenarios, particularly Chinley Gala and All Mixed Up, are really, really good. The route looks really nice. I like it. There are some bugs, but they're not big ones, and there's not many of them. We've seen a couple of visual ones here and there. We've found a cow in a tree before. But for the most part, it looks really nice. The gameplay makes sense. It's enjoyable. There's a mixture of short runs and long runs, so it suits the different tastes of the different people. I like the 4F. If they could solve the safety valve, I would love the 4F. But I can't love it with that safety valve. The 6P and the 8F safety valves have been made fairly quiet, so they're tolerable. The new steam physics works fairly well. It's not proper steam physics yet, but it's better. Be stopping, mate. You ready? You got enough water? So yeah, I think this one is worth the money. I mean, you can take that with a grain of salt. I'm an ambassador, but I think so. There are some routes that I've thought not. The original steam route was kind of one of those. It was really interesting at first, but it grated on me after a while. We have to go back again now, so let's just check. I think it'll set all the points, but let's just check, make sure. Yeah, it looks like it has. Good. Now let's turn around this way so we can check. We do have a disc signal off there down on the right. So this little signal is what I'm talking about down here. This little one. Stefan says, looks like the water gauge is over here. NZR didn't put anything striped and light behind it, so you just had to read the level, sans any sort of refraction. Yeah, they do have some striping in the back of these, but it's just etched into the brass. Oops, releasing the brakes would help, wouldn't it? And Stefan asks if are the physics much improved over the previous steam route? Yes, they're not perfect, but yes. They're pretty good. They're better. You don't run out of steam nearly as often. Florian says, if they had steam train races, I'd be the go-to driver. Whoosh. I think you'll find now, Patriotal61, that the 4F is still annoying with the safety valve. That's why I'm staying so far away from it. But the 6P and the 8F are now quite a bit better on the safety valve front. They don't blow as much, and when they do blow, they're much quieter, so it's not nearly as annoying. I actually find them quite nice. I do find it amusing to see a safety valve blow on a train that's actually on the hop, though, that's working hard. Although interesting, I did see in the 2023 Steamfest steam races that 2 of the locos had their safety valves blowing off almost the entire race, which they were firing very hard. I think we're picking up these wagons here. Yeah, for someone who knows steam, Stefan, they're still not going to feel right. But they're better. We've got the world's smallest semaphore signal here. They've got little teeny weeny ones for shunting. About to whack my head on this post. Is that far enough? That's the question. I'm glad you started going back to it, Patriotal. It's good. Now we have to go the other way again. We have got a disc. Do I just take it and pretend that all the points are set? Sure. Let's see what happens. Come up there and come and stand up next to our carriages so we can come and hook up. I'm glad you like it too, Florian. Plane squeal's probably happening a little often for my liking. My fireman will be cursing me at the moment. Going that far in full forward gear. Gravity's doing its thing a little too well here. Right, just had a signal come off. Back we go down to Great Rocks. In reality, the driver would get out and do brakes at this point. Brakes are slowly coming off because I've got the large ejector closed. It's getting noticeably dark. You notice the stations do have the lighting coming in now that it's getting dark. We'll just leave that running off to its own devices and we will come over to the station, or we'll try to, if we're not stuck in a road. What do you guys think of the new steam route? Pleasant? Just ignore that I'm going way too fast again. Gets dark in England quickly, doesn't it? Simon Triano, SOS, like so many routes, needs a denser timetable. For it to play... thunderstorm. For players, yes, a denser timetable, but the reality in that time frame is there actually weren't many trains. But I do see what you mean for the players, so... It would be more interesting if it had more trains to see as you go through. I'm just going to start slowing down, because while this is a go via, I'm pretty sure... In fact, I do have a 15-mile-an-hour limit coming up, which I'd better do something about. We've got the tiny green signal on the right there. How many senators? Do you mean how many stations are there? Let me grab my little bit of paper. So the thunder happens down there. There are 14 stations and 4 disused stations, and there's a heap of freight yards. So I stopped a little prematurely there. Sounds like we're slipping in the dark, doesn't it? Because I still have the large ejector closed, so it's not getting the brakes off very quickly. As the rain comes flying in. Hello, Anthony Trains 4472. I'm well, thank you. How are you? Welcome along to the stream. We're heading down to the Tunstead loader now. Ignore that I'm going too fast. Here, look, I can make it so I'm not going too fast anymore. The timetable on this one actually is... It's not a massive timetable, but you do see trains every time you drive, so I don't mind it. Could it have more trains as well? Ah, of course it could. In this signalling, you probably wouldn't get away with it, though. Oh, you meant scenarios. There are 6, I think. We'll have a look at that when we finish this. But I'm pretty sure there's 6. Maybe 7. Ooh, lightning hit the quarry. See, the safety valve's even louder than the thunder. That's just impressive. I think we've got some large lightning back. That makes me happy. Oh, we're going to be loading. How on earth am I going to do this in the dark? I hope there's lights under there. Yes, I am driving the 4F. We're going to be going under the loader, so I need to start slowing down. I hope all the points are set. We'll know in a minute. It's actually quite difficult to load in this thing. I'm going to have to sit here to keep a gauge on the speed. You won't be able to see the loading. It doesn't matter anyway, because you can't see the gravel when you're loading. I kind of found when you're doing this, if you keep using the steam brake, it works fairly well. Just keep following our locomotive through. Just kind of keep the speed down a bit. There's no loading animation here as yet, so you don't actually see it loading the cars up. But you can see they definitely do load up. As we come out here past the light, you'll see that the cars are kind of full. And the loading has in fact finished. So as long as you stay under 5 miles an hour, it's fine. Anthony Trains 4472 says, you seem very good at this, you must be a pro. You haven't seen me speeding, almost derailing and spatting, like I already have today. At least it didn't fill up the brake band with gravel. You know we're going downhill. Yeah? We don't have to do anything after this. Just got to put the loco away. Did I stop a bit early? Clearly I did. Oh no, it's no problem, Anthony. It's fine. Totally fine. Come on, little engine, haul away. We don't have to do too much more in the dark. Apologies for picking one that was in the dark. Didn't see anything, Patriotal61. How kind of you. This will be the last couple of moves tonight anyway, because I do have to work tomorrow. It is getting a bit late. I actually have to go into the office, unfortunately. Hopefully the points are set right. Where's my stop marker? Ooh, all the way down there. That's in the head shunt. I think that's in the head shunt anyway. Let's have a look. Oh no, it's not. Not so bad. If I overrun it, not so bad. It won't matter. So I hope you have all been enjoying the stream. If you'd like more content like this, subscribe. I'll be playing again this Sunday. And we'll play the all mixed up scenario. We'll do the whole thing. Which is a good 2.5 hours. The wrong camera to do this. I need to be on this one. I'm surprised I could find that. Glad you're enjoying it, Kat. The other side's more nicely lit up, isn't it? I'll go on this side. In the weeds a bit here, aren't we? Not quite. Hello, David Park. Now let's just check if it's set the points or not. And no, it hasn't. Or that one. Huh. Well, at least this one's right. Alright, here we go, forwards. Time to bark, little loco. Clearly I hit the wall back there. I've got to be careful because I'm pretty sure this is going into a dead-end siding. And on Sunday we'll run all mixed up, and we'll probably do a full-length passenger run too, I think. I think that would be fun. But yeah, general verdict, I like it. My tutorials should be live by now, so if you need any help with Steam, dive in there and have a look. They're all short. I deliberately keep all my tutorials short with a minimum of waffle. Nearly got there. I better stop there, we're going to run into the buffer. Alrighty, that will do. As it got very dark there very, very quickly. And a glod medal, of course. Alright folks, I hope you've enjoyed this. My general feelings on Peak, you know I've had it for a while, but my everybody likes waffles. My general feelings on Peak is that it is definitely good. Ah, Lexic Dark, you were lurking today. Worth the money, yes. It's enjoyable, it's fun, it looks good, it plays well. There are a few things that we've been through in this stream that I've shown you that I'd love to be a little bit different, but there's nothing really bad. They're all quite good. I don't think there's any significant bugs in it. There's a few little things here and there, but I don't think there's anything really bad, as I said. Excuse me. So hopefully you'll enjoy it, and let me know what you think. Alrighty. Have fun, folks. See you later. Good night. Thanks for watching, folks. I hope you enjoyed it. I always like to get your feedback in the form of likes and comments because they help me understand what you want. Give the channel a subscribe and click on the tinkly things so you don't miss out on any new stuff. And thanks for your ongoing support. And please, be safe out there.